need to see the chat. Some people are typing. So I need to know what they are typing. Why is the font so small now? Oh, my eyes is getting bad. Nazril has already joined the chat. Nazril said, what? The scene in the UM music video. Which one? Maybe Flitter is the official song this year, right? Yeah. Right. So, good afternoon. I've recorded. Yes, okay. Everything on. I started speaking now. So if you haven't, it's not hearing my voice, let me know, okay? Because you never know this kind of earphone is still working or not. Okay. Nazrul ni suka sangat typing. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. So we are in week 6. Like I said, next week is week 5. Next week is week 6. And the next week after that is your mid-sem break. I'm mentioning it not because I would like to announce there's a test or what. We have no test. We have no test. We have no exam. So we are happy. Yeah. So all you have to do is just do the assignments. Uh, I even guide you doing the assignments. So yeah. So yeah, should be good. All right. So let's start with talking a bit about your assignment. Okay, I just marked it. Let me share with you my screen, what I see. All right, so if you go to your spectrum, what I normally do is that, let's make this bigger. Bigger. Besar sikit. So what I normally do is that once I mark your assignment, I will post it here in the announcement, okay? And for your class, the grades is here. So you click on it and the grades are here, okay? I arrange it according to your student ID, so you can check your marks here, okay? Now, I want to mention a bit because this is your first assignment. You will see that some student got A, some got A minus, some got B plus. The ones that with an F, meaning that you didn't submit your assignment, okay? At all. Even if you submit it late, I still consider it as an submission, okay? But these students who got an F didn't submit at all, okay? Don't worry. If the students are not here, don't worry about them. Most probably they dropped the subject but didn't update the spectrum, or the spectrum haven't updated yet. But if you are here and you have submitted or have some problem with submission and you see your mark is an F, contact me personally and on WhatsApp. Okay, on WhatsApp. All right. So these marks, you might see that they are different. A ada, B minus ada, but actually remember this is only 20%. So for an A and B, the difference could be only 1 mark. Yeah. So between A and B minus, the difference might not be that much. Okay, so don't worry so much if you felt that you should get an A, but you didn't. Okay, because this is strictly academic. The marks that I gave you is purely on how I perceive your work. Yeah, so like I said, there is no right or wrong. It's very subjective, but please trust me in evaluating your work. Okay, for those who got an A, meaning that they understood what I tried to share. The ones with A minus normally they only share about their life as it happens. Okay, macam like a number of you just share a story about what happened today. You go to class, lecture, eat lunch, and then what happened. Some of you even describe your wow. You came from somewhere, you get excited, life is exciting, yay. It is a story, but it's not a real story. I want a story that moves you. Not necessarily emotionally, but something that moves. Moves here or moves in here. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, simple example. A mug. This is a mug. There's water inside. Also a story, right? But the story just stay there. You know what I mean? But if I say it like this, okay, for example, just example, the mug was alone on a shelf just now, but now with water inside, it has purpose. The title is a purposeful mug, for example. Can someone turn off your speaker because it's ada echo. You get me? Okay. I repeat, okay? If I were to tell the story that this is a mug, there's a water inside, it's a story. But it doesn't move, you know? In your imagination, it doesn't move. So it's not a good story. So a good story would be something like the mug, if before it was found in a shelf, it was purposeless, no purpose. But now it holds some water, it has a purpose. Macam tu. So your mind starts to wander from in the shelf, you start imagining it, the mug in the shelf, but now it's in your hands with a purpose, purpose for it and purpose for you, yeah. So even if it's the same subject, same subject, but if you say write a caption or tell a story that moves somewhere, either it moves in your imagination or moves in your heart, then that's a good story. Yeah. So for those who got an A minus, normally you tell it as it is, you know, you happy, fine, but where does it go? You know, where does it go after this? So for those who got an A plus now, a few of you I think will notice that a few of you got an A plus. You know, I will not tell which one, but those who got an A plus will know that your story is moving. I'm not telling that you have a storytelling skill yet, but because I haven't gone through the chapter yet, but your story moves. The story has a creative angle. One of you actually talked about going to class. A simple story. Okay. The idea is that the subject is your lecture hall door. You know, if the person is here, be quiet. I'm talking about your submission. Okay. The subject matter is just your lecture hall door, but the idea is that right before that time, right before the class started, maybe 10 seconds before somebody is on, you know, in the somebody's in the college, somebody is outside, somebody is inside the bus, somebody is walking, somebody is eating, but suddenly, exactly at 10, exactly when the lecture starting, everyone is here. And now, does it move or not? See, there's movement there. Before the lecture starts, everyone is somewhere. But when the lecture starts, everyone is here. Nampak tak? There's an imagination of movement. People from outside, in the bus, walking, in college, and then it moves. Now that's a good story. Although it's a simple subject, yes, I must admit it's a simple subject, but it's a good story. Now I give full mark for this kind of story. Okay? I don't really mind if it's not a complicated subject. It's okay. You can even talk about this remote control if you want, but I want a good story. Okay? So those who got an A plus are students who put in some effort into telling a good story. And a good story, like I tell you, it moves. It makes you move. Either it's inside here or inside here. It makes you move. I will talk about it a bit more after this. Okay. I must also mention that for those who got B minus, actually it's not about their photo or story. Their story and photo is okay. They should get A minus or B plus. But they got B minus because you exceeded the page number. Because the instruction, I clearly said that the maximum number of pages is 4. No more than that. I know that you can take 10 photos, but arrange it in such a way that you only use 4 pages. Okay? So clear, So for those who got an A plus, That's because they got a good story, and their story is good because it moves you. Eh? In fact, one of them is actually very moving, very emotional. Actually, I cried a bit. I don't want to mention the story because I don't want to cry in my class. So yeah, it's a story about about that student studying in UM, but uh she apa ya the word she attribute not attribute she nak tunjukkan nak show that this journey is for her mother, you know. Cukup nanti saya nangis sebab tak boleh. So that's why it moves you, it moves the emotion, and that's why I gave her an A plus. Okay, for those who got an A or B plus, A minus, sorry, A minus and B plus, that's because your story doesn't move, you know. The photos are okay, but the story is not moving anywhere. So I give you either A minus or B plus. For those who got B minus, definitely because you didn't follow the instruction. That's all. Yeah. And for those who got an F, that's because there's no PDF for me to look at. You know, either you have problem with submission or you drop the subject. Yeah. So don't worry. So this is how I mark you. Okay, and this style of marking will follow for the next assignment as well. Okay. As long as you fulfill the requirement, you should get an A minus and above. Okay, so you should be about there. Don't worry so much about if your grade is different between your friends for this one because the marks is only 20%. Yeah, it's not that different. So don't worry so much. All right. So for all my assignment, your assignment, sorry. So I will upload it in mana dah hilang pula. Here. Okay, sorry. It will be in here in announcement. Okay. So I will put it here. So as you can see, the grade for your seniors, semua saya letak sini. Okay. So you can look it up here. And I will only post your metric number. I will not post your name. Okay. All right. So coming back to our course, this year, this semester, I plan to combine two topics together because I think talking about them separately will only make them less exciting. Okay, which topic I'm talking about? Here. General pula. Here. The topic that I want to talk about is storytelling and mana dia storyboarding? Hilang pula storyboard aku. And storyboard. Mana storyboard saya? Maybe storyboard is in the exercise. Okay. Storytelling is a skill. Okay. And there are so many theories to that. You can read it up on your own, or you can even go through the whole course to learn about it. Even people are now being creative about storytelling. They are creating new structures, new way of telling stories in the movies, now in Netflix, in streaming services. There are so many ways of telling stories now. You just can't keep up with the theory. But what I want to share with you is a simple understanding about storytelling so that when you go out there, either watching movies or watching your favorite shows on Netflix or on your streaming services, you will notice these things, you know. You will notice that it moves. It moves you, your heart, emotion, or it moves your imagination. It moves you from flashback to present to the future. So that's how the story moves you. All right. So, and also another thing that I want to share with you is the storyboarding. Storyboard is in our task. Let me show you the activity. Maybe it's in there. Yeah, your first storyboard. Okay. So today I want to share both, but I will explain storytelling by using storyboarding. Okay. It might sound a bit like a tongue twister, storytelling, storyboarding, but actually it's two different things. It's just that understanding one using another technique is the best, I think. Okay, let's introduce you a bit to storytelling. No notes, no nothing, but just bear with me a bit, okay? With this image. Okay, I want to use this as an example because I think it's such a mana pula hilang pula this one. Kenapa dia jadi movie? I don't want a movie. I want a slide, just a slide. Okay, slide macam ni lah. Okay, can you see what right here? Okay, the title is The Rain. Okay, let's say this is a short story about the rain. Okay, it's a short story by me. Now, short story can be a book, storybook. A short story can be a novel, you know. A short story can be a short video, and a short story can also be a long video, 5 minutes. Nowadays, 5 minutes is long, but that's considered a short movie, right? And all those things can be told by simple storytelling. And the way to tell your story, on one way of doing it is by storyboarding. Okay, this is a storyboard. It's a board. It contains a story. So that's basically what it means. Okay, it's a board, a piece of paper or a piece of, a file like this, with a story on it. And if it describes the whole story using images, using sketches like this, then it becomes a storyboard. Okay, and it must also include the camera treatment as well. Whether it's a zoom, whether it's a wide shot, whether it's a medium shot, a close-up shot, whatever. All those things, if it's included, then that makes it a storyboard. Okay. But for this class, I don't expect you to have a complete storyboard. What I want to focus is on more on the storytelling, okay, using the storyboard, but not a complete storyboard, okay. So this one is the one that I mentioned just now. It's not a complete storyboard because it's just simple sketches in panels with some script. The script can be a voiceover or can be the description, okay, the caption. Either way will do. Okay, I will show you some examples of what previous students have done, and you can compare what you want to do for your task lah. Okay. Now, storytelling, I mentioned just now, we have lots of theories. Okay, lots of style. But what I want to share with you is the style that is called the three-part structure. Okay, the three-part structure. Tepi sikit, saya nak search three-act structure or three-part structure. The three-act structure, okay, you can Google it up with this term, three-act structure in film, three-act structure anywhere. Theaters got them, advertisement got them, short video have them. Even nowadays, reels and viral videos all use this simple three-act structure. Okay. Now, it's the simplest because it's the easiest for us to follow. Okay. Another one, if you really want to be creative about this, because I can see that some of you are a bit creative in your first assignment, it's called Hero's Journey. Okay. I don't want to focus on this because it has 11 parts. But as you can see, the 11 parts is actually based on the initial three structure. Departure, initiation, return. Okay. I leave it to you to explore hero's journey, but what I want to share with you is the three-act structure. Now, three-act structure was popularized by Shakespeare, William Shakespeare, in his plays. Actually, he didn't turn out to do it that way, but when people study his plays, theater, Midsummer Night's Dream, all those theaters from a long time ago, they are all arranged in three parts, three acts. Sometimes people call it three acts, sometimes people call it three parts, three parts. Now, these three parts, nampak pula ada chat GPT. Now, these three parts, if you want to do a storyboard, you can simply do it in three panels like this, okay? So as long as your story can be told in three parts like this, in three panels, that should make it a good story, okay? Because it moves you. Okay, let me share with you what I mean by moving you. Okay, let's go through this example. The starting panel is called the setup. The second one is conflict, and the last one is resolution. Okay, this is a typical name for the three-part structure. But what I want to focus is on the caption or on the script. Okay, it rains again today. You know, the image is that rain spattering on the window. You know, and then the second panel says rain wets things, rain slows things, rain stops things. But that's okay because the final climax is that because the rain always stops for new life to start. Nampak tak? It's about the rain. It's about the rain, but the story moves from thinking that, oh, it's so negative, all these negative things, you cannot do something, but we need rain. And because without rain, life cannot start. But even though it's raining, we know that rain always stops. Yeah, rain always stops for new life to start. Can you feel that? Can you feel the movement? Yeah. So if you say, well, it's raining today, it's wet. Now the story doesn't move, isn't it? Yes, there's a feeling. Maybe if the video or the photo is good enough, maybe you have a feeling of sadness, maybe. But then what? It doesn't move. Okay, it stays there, the raining, and then it wets, or you can't do anything. And then what? Macam tu. But if you arrange it this way, yes, rain wets things. Yes, rain slows things. Yes, rain stops things. But that's okay. Negative feeling tu ada, yes, but that's okay because the rain always stops. You come back with a hope. Your heart normally starts with negative, and then it ends with a hope. It moves. Nampak tak? It moves. Okay, I give you a second example. Second example is a bit more realistic and a bit more humorous lah. Dia kelakar sikit. The first one tadi a bit more philosophical. Okay. Now, the title is What to Eat lah. Nampak title, nampak kelakar kan. What to Eat lah. Kan, Malaysian You always worry about what to eat, where to eat. So the title is What to Eat lah. Okay. So the establishing, the setup is a shot of someone pegang dia punya perut, touching their tummy because it's hungry. Grumble, hungry. Kan? Tummy grumbling, you're hungry. But you ask yourself, what to eat lah? You don't know the answer. Okay, you don't know the answer. So suddenly the image is that it flashes with photos of new food, junk food, photos of cafe in KK7, cafe in KK12, KK2, KK1, in 50UM, KPS, everywhere. Wow, nice food, expensive food, cheap food, wow. And suddenly, the face of your good friend appear, your best friend, jom. Jom means let's go kan? Let's go. Rupanya, actually he wants to or she wants to apa nama ajak you pergi ke the cheapest food on campus, but that's okay as long as you have it with your best friend. Okay, nampak tak? You started with your tummy, grumble. You don't know what to eat, and there's lots of option this, option that, blah 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 blah. And with more option, you're getting more frustrated and hungrier. Hungrier. But then suddenly, pling, jom makan nasi bujang, Let's eat the cheapest rice, Let's eat the cheapest rice. Let's go. Actually, any food also can, as long as you have it with your best friend. You see? So from hungry, frustration, all of these overwhelming images, but suddenly, pling, your best friend appear, and anything also can. Actually, any food is the best when you have it with your best friend. Now, do you see that? Do you see the movement? Eh? From here, overwhelmed, negative, hopeful. That's a good story. Okay, it's a simple subject. Yes, it's about a hungry tummy, but told in a good storytelling manner. And how do you tell it? Using the storyboard. Okay, 3 panel storyboard is the minimum. You can do more, but the minimum is three panels like this. Okay. At this point, I don't want to continue, but I want you to imagine to remember your favorite movie. Okay. If you notice, the movie always starts somewhere with the protagonist, doing something, doing their thing, but suddenly something happens. And the mission is that they thought the mission is to solve that, but actually there's a bigger mission. And then bila dia lawan that one, dia kalah. And then they realize that, oh, I need to get a team. I need to get friends to help me. And along the way, they found out there's a bigger mission. And the bigger mission in MCU normally is what saving the earth. The bigger mission is all about saving the earth. And then together they fight for the earth, and they won. Okay. You might think that, oh, maybe for superhero movie can use lah, but not for any other movie. But then remember Pixar movies? Pixar, from Studio Pixar, Toy Story lah, Monsters Inc. lah, Pixar movies. Sorry, I have to do like this because I lost my slides. I don't know why. I lost my deck. These are Pixar movies, yeah. Coco, Toy Story, Good Dinosaur, Auntie Edna, everyone. Yeah. If you notice, the story is all about someone, something. Even something also can, yeah, an emotion. They thought they are okay. They thought they are okay, but then something happens, and they thought that this problem is for them to solve. But then along the way, when they nak belajar nak lawan ni, try to fight this, they found out that there's a bigger mission lah, and there's no way I can fight that the big boss. So I need to gather my friends together. They fight for the bigger picture, for the bigger mission, and then they won. And winning at the end is not about defeating the big boss. It's about becoming a better hero. Like becoming a better hero. Big Hero 6, for example, if you remember, uh, it's about this boy who is actually the younger brother of a inventor of this robot, very very intelligent robot, AI robot, made by his brother. In the beginning, he was very sad because he didn't save his brother, but actually, that's not the mission. Remember, that's not the mission. The bigger mission is actually the company wants to take the invention and to make more money without permission from uh, the the original inventor, which is his brother. Yeah. So that's a bigger mission. So at the end of that, he becomes a better person, a better brother. Yeah. So that's how a good story is told. There's a movement there. Yeah. So what I'm sharing with you is that from now on, when you watch all these movies, try to see the movement. Okay, try to see the movement and see whether you can tell that, hey, that similar structure lah. That structure is the same. There's a three-part structure there, from here to here to here. Okay, so storytelling is all about your skill in arranging what you are telling. Okay, so as long as you can put it in three parts, the basic is three parts. Of course, like I said, if you want to do hero's journey, then you can do it. But even hero's journey is based essentially on the three-part structure. Okay, three-part structure. Okay, now I would like to share with you what your seniors have done. Starting with the earliest one, which is a very simple one. Early on, we didn't have much AI, so a lot of the students do it by hand. So you can still do it by hand if you want. But if you think AI can do it better, then use AI. But make sure you got the story right first. Do not ask AI to write the story for you, okay? Make sure you write the story. Okay, let's start with this one. A simple one. The setup is that two friends watching NBA, and the conflict is that I was fazed by my classmates because the team I was rooting for lost. Okay? Ha ha, dia kata. Ha ha, kau kalah kan. So macam ni lah. I propose to my classmate that we go to basketball court and fight it out. So let's fight it out, man. You know. So the resolution is that they go out and play basketball. You see, friends do what friends do. You know, they fight, but then they are friends again. Yeah? And to these two friends, what they do best is that they play basketball. Yeah? They love basketball, so they play basketball because that's what their friendship is about. But this one is a story about hens. I collect this because I think it's quite cute and nice. So a normal day is stressful. Yeah? With their hands, stressful, using their phones, writing, and then when they go out, they still use their hands. You know, using fork and spoon, or using hands, or using chopsticks. But also when you want to have a reward, you also use your hand, you know, decided to have an ice cream. But even though the ice cream fell, but a friend will help with their hand, you know, a friend can help cheer you up and buy another one. It's a story about hands, yeah. Our hands can tell stories too. I think it's quite cute, yeah. So it moves from here to here, uh, ice cream fall, and then another hand appear and gives you new ice cream. Okay, this is even a simpler one. You plan to eat biscuits, but when you look in the kitchen, only one left. So I share it with my sister. So they become closer because they shared a biscuit. A biscuit, sorry, a biscuit. Cookie lah, cookie. If you're American, you call it cookies. Plan to eat cookies, and then only one is left, so you share it with your sister. That's the story. Okay? Simple subject, but good story. This one is a bit long. I don't want to share it with you. This one is also long, but I think I want to share it with you because uh, it was told in three stages, and I think it relates to a lot of you. So the story is about someone waking up, bangun dari katil, and then he or she eats alone, you know, camera zoom out, eats alone, tengok luar tingkap, looking out the window, and bestnya ada ramai kawan. The person wonders, wouldn't it be nice if I have lots of friends, yeah, lots of friends. But then they try to make friends, go out, hi, but no one wants to friend him, you know. So, and he tried to contact their friends on phone. No one answers. So he gave up and go back to their room. So while walking, suddenly something falls down, and and someone took it up and said, "Awak okay ke? Are you okay?" And then there's flashback. Actually, both of them have been friends for some time. It's just that they haven't contacted each other. And actually, you don't have to have lots of friends because quality is better than quantity. Okay, you only need one friend, and that's the story. Okay, establish, wake up, negative, upset, disappointed, try to make friends, also disappointed, but then it ends with hope. It ends with positivity. That's why I think it's a good story, and that's why I included in my collection. Okay, this one is a bit simple, but yeah, you can do it like this as well. Someone is playing basketball, tries a lot of time, the ball just wouldn't go over the hoop. But after trying for so many times, finally he managed to do it. Okay, that's the story. A simple story, a simple subject, but told in a storytelling manner. Okay, I also accept that. This one about being late to class. I think there's a one spot here which is I think the climax, but it doesn't come with an caption. So I'm just guessing. So basically, there are five of them. One, two, three, four, five. Went out to KL right before class. They thought they just want to hang out and then come back together for class. Eating mee tarik in Petaling Street and then playing tourists in CM. And then at 2:50, is that 2:50 or 2:56? 2:50, I think. So they want to go home because there's a class at 3 p.m. But they know that it would take them longer, so they ordered a Grab. But only the Grab only can take four seaters, and it came at 3. So three of them went on, leaving only two of them. Yeah. So class have long started. 3:30. They took the bus, and obviously they didn't make out for the class. And also, I think they hitched a ride with Mr. Chi. No. This is the class. This is the lecturer. Sorry, I think they are civil engineering student or some alumni student. So this is Mr. Chi said, "Oh, you late for the class?" "Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. But still happy because we got to hang out together and eat to our fill." So you see, they enjoy their time. Worry they can't make it to class, but still they go to class. Mr. Chi said, "You're late." "Yes, sir. Sorry, sir." But they're still happy because they still make it as a friend and still make it to class. Okay, so that's the story. Another semester. Let's not look at everything. I want to show this one. Okay, I want to show this one. I think I like it a lot. I always share it every semester. I don't know who wrote it because there's no name there, but I hope she's doing well. I think she can draw good well as well. I remember it's a female student, but I can't remember her name. What she did was she imagined that someone got a stomach ache. My stomach hurts. Oh, Ria felt pain in her stomach. So she decided to Google it. So I should Google the symptoms first. She opened up the laptop. It even has a Apple logo there. And she Google, why does my stomach hurts? So all images, news, shock, and then the symptom says stomach cancer. Good symptoms. Suddenly, she regrets Googling it. Never mind. Never mind then. Yeah. So that's a simple story. Okay. You got a stomach ache or what is it? So open up your laptop or open up your phone, Google up, or using AI. What is this symptom a sign for? A sign of. Why does my stomach hurts? And the answer comes out. It could be stomach cancer. It could be good symptoms. Oh, never mind lah. I might as well don't know lah. Just go to clinic. You see? So that the moving part. Stomach hurts. Googling, looking at the answer, suddenly the answer scares you. Okay lah, never mind lah. Okay. So even though it's only 4 panels, it tells a story that moves. Yeah. And that's what I want. That's what I want. What else? This one I think is also relatable to you. Let's look at it. This one, the student uses AI, but at that time the AI is not so good. That's why the images looks like different people wearing different clothes. So, but nowadays I think AI is getting better, and you can get consistent characters. So go ahead and try to use AI to do your storyboard. Okay. So the story is that two students decided to study at the library. So they walk happy, and then they found a spot. They sit together, but 20 seconds later, both of them fell asleep after reading the first line for their study material. Okay, so the story moves, the scene moves, but the imagination also moves. Okay, happy, jumpa kawan, oh, let's study in this library lah. So let's go, yay! And then they found a spot, yay! And then suddenly, you see, so the mood also changes, from happy to funny, from outside to inside. So the story moves. Okay. So as long as the story moves you, then it's a good storytelling. Okay. So let me share with you another semester. Last semester, no, not this one. Okay, last semester I included this one. This is mine, a new one. I think I might do a new one this semester as well, but maybe not now, maybe later. Okay, my idea for this semester's class for the storyboard is this. My room looks dull. My room looks dull because table, computer, chair, printer, some flower there, some book. Very dull, very boring. Board, whiteboard over there, very boring. But suddenly, if I look closer, there are many colors. Color that makes you happy, red things, blue things, colors that reminds you of someone. A student gave me this Chinese tea from China. So it reminds me of happy times. I also have coffee, cheap coffee from my news. I bought it in my news. It's cheap, but the story is that it gives me strength. It keeps me awake in the afternoon. See? So each of these have color. Have color. I got blue things, I got pink things, you know. So actually, even though my room is dull, but it has colors. It has colors. Colors that makes you happy, colors that make you reminisce good times, and colors that make you hopeful for the future. So the resolution is that now that I realize in life, always look closer, because you might find your answer there. Nampak tak? It moves. From rasa negatif lah, boring lah bilik ni, apa ada kan. But then if you look closer, there are things that remind you of happy time, things that remind you of someone. Actually in life, it's all about looking at things closer. Yeah, because you might find your hope there. It moves you. Nampak tak? It moves you. Okay, this is from a student using AI, obviously. I think this one is using ChatGPT, but you can use other AI tools as well. For this one, it provides the script altogether, so it's even better, it's more complete. I'm so ready to bake this chocolate cake. What could possibly go wrong? But when they finish, oh no, why does it look like this? Total disaster, But it may look ugly, but it tastes great. So hashtag baking fail, hashtag still yummy, right? So that's a simple subject, but told in a good storytelling. Okay, happy. This one starts with happy. Happy to start recipe, but in the middle, oh, what happened? But still ends with a hopeful note. Yeah, but actually it still tastes nice. Yeah, for those who likes baking, perhaps will relate to this because a lot of recipe actually requires practice. For your recipe to look like the one in the video, you need to practice. But most of the time, the taste will be the same. Yeah, it still tastes yummy, although it doesn't look lovely, it doesn't look fantastic, but it tastes yummy. Yeah. So normally recipes are like that, baking recipes. Yeah. I know because I do a lot of baking when I was younger, long time ago. I don't cook as much now. In fact, I don't cook at all now. You know. Okay, I want to share this simple sketch with you with a simple story. Okay. The tie dilemma is about a bear. Mr. Bear does not like this tie, the red tie. But looking through the option, there's an orange tie, there's a blue tie, there's a green tie. He tries them all, but is not satisfied. The orange tie makes him sad, the blue tie makes him sad, the green tie makes him sad. Maybe the red one isn't so bad after all. Now he smiles. Okay? So start with negative. Looking at the option, oh, boring, still overwhelmed with the option, still not satisfied. But actually, maybe the red one isn't so bad after all. Yeah, it moves. Yeah, the subject is simple. The subject is about a tie, a bear who wants to wear a tie, a bow tie. It moves because it moves from not liking it, but now he's liking it. Now it moves, and in between, what happens is that he tries all the time. Nampak tak? So it moves from not liking, now it likes, bukanlah like, but he now have a new thinking saying that maybe it's not so bad, and in the middle, he tries all the ties. Okay? Storytelling. Simple subject, storytelling. Good storytelling. And good storytelling is something that moves you. you know? This one is actually very complete. I don't know whether the student actually made it on his own or actually copied it from somewhere, but it's a good example. Okay? It's a good example. So, do you know the feeling of having so many thoughts? Okay, let me make it bigger and we move together. Okay? Do you know the feeling of having so many thoughts? It feels like your head is in a cloud. Very heavy, so many things, very heavy. No matter where you are, no matter where you go, you feel isolated from the rest of the world. But luckily, there's always someone around to pull us back to reality. That's her cat. Feed me human as a cat. Okay? Nampak tak the movement tu? The setup is this. The setup is these two panels. The feeling, cloud in your head, while walking, while riding bicycle, while going home. But luckily, there's always someone around to pull us back to reality. Hopeful, positive. That's a good storytelling. Yeah, starting somewhere, isolated. Expand or explain the situation more clearly, and then in the end, something positive happens. Okay, so that's a good storytelling. What else? That's okay. Okay, in using I want you to start with your own idea. Do not start with using AI just because you think, oh, I don't have any idea lah, what to do. I use AI lah. Eh? Don't. Because if you do that, normally your story would be the same story, you know, with your friends. It will look the same, it will sound the same, although it might not really the same, but it sounded the same. The movement is the same. Yeah. So I want you to start with your own idea. Yeah, with your own idea. But use AI, for example, to illustrate your idea. Yeah, like this one. Like this student, I think she started with her own idea, but she used AI to illustrate her idea. Okay. So the week was busy. She was busy the whole week, you know. Even the feet is inside the house and the hands outside the house. It's okay. Okay, it's a busy week. I forgot that that week there was a happy Father's Day, but it's okay because fathers always love their daughters, no matter what the present is. Okay, even though it's a simple apa nama toast, toast because that's the morning. In the morning, I think the father is preparing the breakfast. So she helped with the toast. She gives the toast to her father. Happy Father's Day, with a simple card. Now that's a good story. Simple subject, busy week, rushing around. But then she just remember that, today Father's Day lah. Father's Day is normally on a Sunday kan. Sunday and then Happy Father's Day, Fawa. Dia bagi toast and a card. Yeah, a card that she made on her own. Yeah, so that's a good story. That's a good story. Right? So use AI to illustrate your story, fine, but make sure the story is from you. Okay. Now that is in task number 4, I think. Task number 4. Number 5. Sorry, number 5. Okay, let's look at the list of tasks again. Now, I think a lot of you have managed to done your photo composition. Well done. But still some are still haven't done uploaded their photos yet. Please do that before the end of the year. No, the end of the week 14, end of this semester. But for storytelling, I didn't ask you to tell a story. What I want you to do is share. I want you to go through these videos. I think the video is not working. Let me fix the link. But what I ask you to do is for you to share your favorite movie actually. Yeah, a simple one. So some of you shared a series on YouTube, which I haven't seen, so I don't know. Some of you shared your series, Gossip Girl. I know Gossip Girl. Some of you shared Breaking Bad. I watched Breaking Bad, but I didn't finish it because I think it's too long. With the same kind of premise, so I don't want to watch it. I stopped watching it. MCU, Avengers, of course. But what I want to share with you is someone actually shared my favorite movie of all time. Renyuan, well done, thank you. This is my favorite movie of all time. For those of you who haven't watched it, I encourage you to watch it. And if you like, you read the original short story. Okay. Shawshank Redemption is about a story of this prisoner, but it's actually based on a short story by Stephen King. What short story? So I guess Shawshank Redemption. Ada tak? Ada. So Shawshank Redemption was actually based on a short story called Rita Hayworth and Shawshank Redemption, which is a short novella by Stephen King. I actually read because I love Stephen King when I was young. I think about your age now. Yeah, I read Stephen King novels, and one of the short story was this one. I thought it was fantastic because it wasn't a horror story. Because Stephen King is famous for writing horror novels. But his kind of horror is not a typical horror novels, and that's why I like him. But suddenly, one of the short story novella is not horror. It's about a story of hope, a story of mystery, and that's why I like it. And then later on, I learned that there's a movie lah based on this, so I watched it. So when I watched it, actually it was a very similar, very truthful to the novella, and that's why I like it a lot. Okay, so thank you. Not thank you lah. I mean, well done, anyone, for sharing this. Uh, for those who haven't watched it, please watch it. I don't know where it's available. Maybe it's online. Maybe it's on YouTube. I don't know. But please watch it, and you will feel that the story moves from somewhere to a conclusion. You know, because he's an innocent man, and also because it's a story of friendship. Story of friendship. So share your story and share why you like it. Okay, Steven's Universe. I like the series, but I don't know whether there's a movie. I don't know. What is this? Soul. I haven't watched Soul yet, but I believe it will be a good movie. Yeah. So share your favorite stories and share why do you like it. Okay. And honestly, I think all of these stories share the same storytelling structure. Okay. Have a look and see if that's true or not. Okay. Now for your task number 5, what I ask of you is that I want you to decide on a subject and a story. Okay. Please don't ask AI to do this. You decide on it. You can have a story about you. It can be something around you. It can be something about your family, about your friends, or it can be something fictional. Okay, something fictional. I think a few of you in your assignment uses fictional characters and fictional storytelling. You can continue doing that. One of you actually uses a plushie to tell your story. Very creative, very creative. You can continue to use it in this task. One of you actually uses a character in college. You see her at night, just at the side of your eye. It appears there. It appears there. Who is she? Who is she? Something like that. You can use that in your task for this one. Okay. I don't want to name names, but some of your stories are quite memorable, so that's why I remember. Okay. And I really love the one about the mother just now. Very emotional. Okay, you can use that for this task. All right. So optional. If you a content creator and if you want to straight away do a video, by all means you can do it. But this is not the task for that. Okay, the task is just for creating a storyboard. Whether you are using your hand or using Canva or you using AI, it doesn't matter. But I want the story from you. The original story is from you. Please do not use AI to create a story. Okay, use AI just to help you illustrate your idea, then that's okay. Okay, but the story must be yours. Okay, story about your cat. You play with your cat, you grew up with your cat, you thought your cat was a female, but actually all those kitten is not hers. Something like that. I suddenly have this idea. You know, actually Oyin is not a mother. Macam tu. Actually, it's not a mother. The story moves. Yeah, story about your phone. Your phone helps you get through friendship, gets through your breakups, gets through your uh, you know, homework, essays, assignment. Actually, your phone is your best friend. Macam tu. So it's a story, It's a subject, simple subject, a phone. My black phone, a black surface, Because all phones have black surface, isn't it? So yes, you can see things. Yes, it shows you your videos, your favorite videos. You watch your favorite videos. You find your information. But actually, it's unlimited hole. It's like a black hole. you lose yourself inside, you know. Yes, it's useful, but this time it's the storytelling is from positive to negative lah. You can do that, you know. So your phone makes you happy. Your phone gets through with your assignment. Your phone is your best friend, but actually, it you can drown in the blackness of your phone. You know, you can drown, drown. You can get inside and lost yourself. That's a story. Okay, from positive to negative. Also a story. Like I said, as long as it moves you from one place to another, that's a good story. Okay, what else? Every year I challenge myself to tell a story from such an everyday object. Okay, like this one, remote. This is an aircon remote. Aircon remote. Looks yellow, looks old, but with a good battery, it can still turn on my aircon. You can still be useful even if you don't look nice. Something like that. You look ugly, but you're still useful. With a good with a good battery, you're still useful. Okay? You might look ugly, but you're still useful. Okay? So that's the story. A remote lies on the table. It looks old, it looks ugly, but with new batteries, it's still useful. How about that? It moves. Simple subject, but with moving story. Now that's a storytelling skill. Okay? So there you go. Please complete your task number 4, number 5. Number 4 is about you sharing your favorite movie or favorite series. Number 5 is about telling a story using a storyboard. And how to tell a story? Make sure it moves you know, suddenly, actually, you know. Actually, it's useful. Macam tu. Actually, it's dangerous, you know. Phones are useful, but actually, it's dangerous. Mugs once are lonely, but now it's useful for me. Once it's a lonely guy on a shelf, but now I become his closest friend because he's become useful. You see? So there you have it. A simple storytelling skill. I don't want to go through with all the techniques. I just want you to focus on the 3-part structure. Okay, the 3-act structure. You can read on hero's journey on your own. And let me tell you, hero's journey are the technique that is used in all popular movies. Avengers, all MCU use this. Pixar movies, Star Wars movies, all use this technique. Okay, Harry Potter movies, Harry Potter books use this hero's journey. All right. So yeah. So let me stop the recording. How to stop the? It's gone now. I don't know where it is. Okay. Okay. Stop sharing. So that's all from me for this week. I hope you have some. You learned something today, which is about storytelling, and the tool to help you to tell your story is the storyboard. Okay. Can I draw by myself? Yes. Tiong In Hui asked me, can I draw by myself? The answer is yes. You can draw using your pen and paper, or you can draw it using your iPad. Okay. Can I use my real photos? Yes, you can. 1 minute storyboard, doesn't matter. I encourage you to do a 1 minute storyboard because if you want to do video, your second assignment is 1 minute video. So you can do this for preparation for your second assignment. Okay, yes, 1 minute. I want to ask, I submitted 4 pages, but the fifth was the cover page. Over the limit. No, I think this one, no. Did you get V minus for this? Maybe I will remark you. Okay, okay. I accept your explanation. Okay, I will change your mark. Don't worry. But like I said, B and A, there's not much difference, but yes, I will relook at your marks. Okay. Any other question? Blah blah blah. Congrats to them. Can I still submit the assignment? I forgot to submit it. Siapa ni? Nazril. Can submit, but I will minus some marks lah because you late. Huh? So Nazril, you can submit, but I will mark you down a bit lah, minus some marks. Okay. Okay. Any more questions? Any more questions?
So can I do myself and put the picture on the cover and then
UM
upload
remove
my
my course in Spectrum. Alamak, how can I help you? Okay, this is technical issue, Nolustra, Adriana. So this is a technical issue. Can you ask your, first ask your undergraduate office, oh sorry, not undergraduate office, ask your program coordinator in your department, tell him or her about your problem, and then tell the undergraduate office in your faculty, and only then ask them to help you to get your subject back in Spectrum. Okay, but actually getting your subject in Spectrum is not the main issue. Make sure you are registered in Maya. Okay, Spectrum is okay, you can always send me personally. Okay, because I don't rely on 100% on Spectrum 100%. You can still submit to me personally. But what you need to make sure is that you are registered in Maya. Okay, make sure your name is in Maya for this subject, because that one I cannot help you. Okay, you must make sure from your department, from your faculty, your name is in this subject in Maya. Okay, because that's where I put up all your marks. Make sure you're registered in Maya. Okay, all right. So that's all from me for this week. I will stop the recording. Thank you for your time, and I hope to see you again next week. Okay, bye bye. Have a good weekend ahead.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, Doctor.